This video covers the most common reasons why an individual reservist's travel authorization or voucher may be returned in the Defense Travel System, or DTS. Use the tips learned in this video to submit a complete and correct authorization or voucher and avoid delayed reimbursement. We'll begin with common return reasons for travel authorizations. Try troubleshooting these issues on your own to avoid delayed reimbursement. First, your authorization could be returned if you did not attach substantiating documents that are relevant to your trip. Make sure you include your colorized 40As, your AF 938 orders form, a constructed travel worksheet if you were approved to fly but chose to drive instead, and any itineraries or receipts. Be sure you include the correct expense type when entering your expenses. A common mistake is entering a private vehicle expense versus a government authorized and available for privately owned vehicle expense. If you claim an unauthorized reimbursement, your authorization will be returned. For example, rental cars are never authorized for IDT. Your IDT outside normal commuting distance authorization will be returned if you include per diem or lodging. IDT outside normal commuting distance authorizations never include these two items. When zeroing out per diem on your authorization, use the inactive duty training option, which is listed as INDT on DTS. Select Receive Full Meal Rate, and then check the inactive duty training local box under duty conditions. If you use the incorrect routing list, your authorization will be returned. When creating your authorization, be sure to select the appropriate routing list and provide necessary comments. Here are the common routing lists you can expect to use for your IR service. For IDT lodging, choose the lodging routing list. For IDT travel, choose the IDT routing list. If you have a cross-org line of accounting, choose your unit's routing list. For AT and RPA lines of accounting, choose your detachment routing list. If you use the incorrect line of accounting, your authorization will be returned. Each detachment has its own DTS lines of accounting, but the LOAs follow a similar structure. Here are two examples for an annual tour LOA. The 24 is the fiscal year. Det 3 is the detachment. AT is the orders type. And OFF stands for officer, and ENL stands for enlisted. Now, let's move on to the common reasons why a travel voucher may be returned. First, your voucher could be returned if you are missing forms, signatures, or screenshots. To avoid a return, make sure you have these items when submitting your voucher. Make sure that your voucher includes the colorized AF Form 40A. The AF Form 40A requires 3 signatures to be complete. And you need to upload a UTAP's calendar screenshot with your name showing in the image. Your voucher may be returned if you combine lodging expenses and lodging tax into one expense item. Always enter lodging expenses and lodging tax separately by day on your voucher. Your voucher may be returned if the lodging expense claim is not limited to the appropriate rate. Your lodging reimbursement is always limited to either the DoD rate, the DoD preferred rate, or the maximum locality rate if a non-availability statement is provided. IRs should be familiar with the DoD's Integrated Lodging Program, or ILP, when traveling. The ILP policy applies to all types of vouchers that contain lodging expense claims. If you are serving your orders at an ILP location, you are required to use DoD lodging, privatized lodging, or DoD preferred commercial lodging before other lodging options. Your reimbursement will be limited to the government rate if you don't stay at an ILP option. Finally, your voucher may be returned if you are either missing receipts or the receipts you attached are invalid. Remember these items as you fill out your travel authorization and voucher. Before you travel, your authorization must be approved. You are required to file a travel voucher within 5 days of completing your orders. It is your responsibility to ensure your authorization and voucher are correct so they can be processed on time. And you can check the status of your authorizations and vouchers in DTS at any time. For more information, view HQ Rio's other videos on submitting DTS travel authorizations and vouchers. For more help on DTS topics, you can also visit the Defense Travel Management Office's training library. This video's description includes useful links to DTS, AROS-R, UTAPs, HQ Rio Quick Guides, and information on the Integrated Lodging Program.